we can get it on camera. It doesn't happen all the time. Oh, by the way, good morning. Happy Thursday. These are GSX pin setters. And the issue we're having is pins not loading properly into the pin holders. They're ending up on the setting table frame outside of the pin holders, and I think I know why. See if we can watch it load. I saw it happen here. Oh, it didn't relatch. The table did not go down far enough to allow our flap on our retaining bow to clear the pin and relatch. I want to see if I can get it on camera. This means our table height or our coast past A setting is too little. No, it's doing it now. Another thing that we want to check is our timing on our cluster switch here to ensure the machine's starting and stopping at the proper position. So we'll need to take that side cover off. We just replaced the setting table on this, so we know it's not a problem in the setting table, right? Because we went through that with a fine-tooth comb. I just want to see it happen on camera to prove. Yeah, it's not going to do it. So let's take a look here at what Brooke is going to call our A and B angles. So there's A and there's B. Let's get it from the front side. You can see we're a little bit off center. A, coast past A, revert to A. B. I stopped it right there. I'm trying to walk on top of bowling balls. It's not working so good. So ideally, when the crank arm rotates around, it should stop equally on both sides of that clamping portion of your table's crank arm. We're stopping low here and we're stopping late there, so we're shifted. We need to climb back up top and make an adjustment on our cam. This is where we need to think about things kind of three-dimensionally, right? So as our drive shaft is rotating in this direction, the cam is going to hit the A switch. I could probably use a flashlight. It's in the shadows right here. But we're stopping too early. What we would need to do is rotate our cam in the opposite direction, ever so slightly. See if I can do it, or if I need... Oh, that might be too much. Normally we would just loosen the clamping bolt up ever so slightly, but we're gonna try that and see what our results are. Basically, we had a history of pins on the setting table frame outside of the pin holders, causing J2, J1, other various issues, multiple load kind of scenarios. And we did replace the setting table because of that, thinking that maybe we had some sticky grippers or something in the pin holders, but it was time to do it anyways, right? And we did find a crack and we welded it, you know, so that setting table's in the workshop ready to go for the next one. But we just kind of eyeballed timing. We didn't dig into it too far because it was, you know, it kind of looked pretty good, you know, from peeking between the guard with a flashlight. But, you know, when you look at it dead on, that's it needs some improvement. So let's turn it on and let's run it again. Let's see how we look now. Angle A. Angle B, a little closer, huh? Could we adjust it a hair more? Yep, let's do that. So the question kind of is like, how does that shift? How does that get out of time? The only thing that can physically contact is the A switch at table up or home position. Everything else is a magnetic reed switch. I don't know really what might cause them to drift over time, but it does happen. And timing should be checked on a fairly regular basis. So let's run it again. Oh, it might be a little too high that time, huh? Too much of an adjustment. Watch it. Yeah. So let's check it one more time. Come on, pin. What are we waiting on? There we go. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. I'm happy with that. So now that we've got our timing correct, let's double check that our pin holders move away from our pin stations enough to allow those retaining bows to relax. They should. The other thing we can do is change our coast past A setting. So we've been watching her for a while, and we haven't seen any more issues, so this should be good to go. So we're in 10 pin. It's going to be a little quieter that way. Let's watch coast past A and then revert to A. So the table should lift up high enough with the grippers to hit the pin release lever and drop the pin, and then it will go from A, coast down, and come back up. What we saw happen, at least on that one, was that it coasted past A and it didn't clear the retaining bow, and it came back up, and some goofy stuff happened right there. So that, you know, AB angle timing, we're good now. The other thing to talk about is coast past A, but let's watch this first. I'm gonna hit reset and it should do a short cycle. Gutter ball short cycle. There you go. So let's look in our next gen. We need to go to setup, enter, left lane is 15. No, this doesn't really matter, but we're gonna tell it it's 5 and 6. We want to look for coast past A setting. Coast past A. We're set to 6. That's the lowest you can go without disabling the feature. We chose 6 because we wanted the sweeps to be pulled back up a little bit higher on second ball. So these will preload to A and then go back down, allowing those retaining bows to relatch and store more pins in the distributor. If we were seeing an issue here with 6, we could simply turn it up. 8 is factory default. It's 8/10 of a second or 6/10 of a second. It drives the table down just a little bit further. You get a bigger gap. This has coast past A and then revert to A. Not all our machines have that EEPROM software version yet. So it doesn't matter what this is set to, because it's still going to come back up to A, and it's going to pull your sweep board back up out of the way. It won't be eclipsing the heads of the pins. So as kind of a final check, I have the table, the setting table full of pins, and I have the distributor full of pins. I'm going to switch it over back into 10 pin. I went into motor and ran the distributor so I could load pins up. So let's go to 10 pin. What we're looking for really is the loaded pin holders on the setting table. When the table comes up, is it bumping into the pins in the pin station? In a perfect world, we don't want a lot of contact there. If we see the pins lift up, that means our setting table, we may have set that up a little too high. Book spec is 140 millimeter plus 2 minus 0. Don't quote me on that, I'll have to look it up. But let's watch our pins. They did rock a little bit, teeny tiny bit. Not a huge deal. What did I do? Well, not really sure what I did there, but I sent it into a J1. Let's try that again. Yeah, no idea really what happened. Well, I'm going to keep running it and watching it and see if I can figure out maybe what I did there. See if I can zoom you in there. I just noticed our number 9 pin is significantly off spot. And that can cause too great of a misalignment between the pin station and the pin holder on the setting table. So perhaps we had a pin that kind of didn't quite load in properly because of that misalignment. So let's do a quick pin spotting adjustment for that pin. We're not going to cover it on camera. We've done it in the past. You can go backwards in time and watch that if you want. I figured I'd stop and show off our handiwork a little bit. This setting table's 7 years old. And she looks brand new. Zero crust. Nice and shiny. We got our pin holder put back into on spot, and we're gonna go back into diag and run it. I thought I was recording, but I was simply talking to myself, so this is take number 2. We'll run it for a half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever we need, and see if anything else kind of shakes out. Anything else we can observe while we're here. So let's watch it as it sets a pin, and you can see 9 is going to be on spot now. There we go. Ding! Ah, silence. I cut the machine off real quick because we do have a problem here at number 4. What I observed, I didn't get it on camera, but a pin came into the pin station as the table was coasting past A, and it was allowed to go through the pin station onto the pin holder as the table was moving down. Let me remove the second pin that's stacked in above it, and you can see how the neck of the pin is not at the grippers. The grippers is on top of the head of the pin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an interlock probe adjustment on this pin station. We're going to bring it up a little bit. We're going to close the allowable window for that pin to load from the pin station into the pin holder. So I've got a pin station here off of the machine, just so we can see it a little easier. There's a Phillips head screw in the end of this lever. You can loosen that screw and then shift the lever end up or down, essentially making it longer or shorter. We want to go shorter just a little bit. There is the possibility that we go too short, in which we won't allow pins to transfer from our pin station to our pin holder, but I don't think that's going to be an issue in our case. So let's go ahead and rerun it. I did move that pin release lever up about 3-4 millimeters, 3/16 of an inch ish. So let's see what we can see. Let's remove that pin. Load it. Oh no, I made a mess. Sent those two close together. So we still load just fine. But we'll check if our allowable window for that pin to load, it should be a lot smaller now. Let's see if we can test it. We've got our number 4 pin holder or pin station open. I'll watch it go down, detect, call for pins. No, I missed my opportunity. What an incredibly difficult thing to try to do. Trying to drop a pin in the pin station, ask the thing's doing coast past A to see if it'll hold it. So you guys are under the number 7 pin right now. I did see it 2 times misload. It didn't recognize a pin had loaded into it, and the grippers stayed open. Yeah, not awesome, but I'll take a peek in here and see what we can see. Is our spring. This little spring, I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to you guys are setting on the top of the table frame, and the metal frame is messing with the touch screen a little bit. This seems to be good. Let's see if we can remove the pin from the pin holder. Well, yeah, mission accomplished, but now what do we do with the pin? Here, ow. Seems to be okay. Well, I don't know. We'll check wiring too. Seems to be good, but you never know. I don't know. Everything in here is looking good. Wiring looks good. Switch part / micro switch lever looks good. Micro switch looks good. Yeah. I don't know. Let's turn it back on. Let me get out of here first. I mean, I only saw it happen 1 or 2 times randomly, but everything looks good, so just continue to observe it. Well, it's been about another 20 minutes running in diag, and no further issues, so I think we're good to go here. I think this one is done.